my friends, my peeps, my YouTubers? How you doing? We're back at the creek to test our luck again. Coming off our PB largemouth bass, 5-pounder, 21.5 inches on the pink meps. Wind's blowing straight at us today, so that should be fun. Well, let's see what we can do. We're using the YouTube app today, so hopefully it works good. It usually lags on me, so we'll have to see. But make sure if you're watching this after the fact, I always appreciate a like, a subscribe if you want to. Help support the channel. But we got some fishing to do, so let me switch this camera on. There we go. It's a different phone too, so we'll see how it goes. I think I can probably check out my own live stream, but we'll see how it goes. We'll wait a little bit for some people to get in here. We will. I don't know if I can see my own live stream without sending myself a what do you call it? Yeah, I had to switch my account. Let me see here. Switch my account. Oh my gosh. Can't even see the screen on this one. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. We'll see how it goes. Welcome in, welcome in. What's up, Luke? Oh, not much. Just got here. This is the same place. So last time I did a live stream, I caught my PB bass here, largemouth bass, 21.5 inches and 5 pounds, which is a monster for Wisconsin. So I'm hoping to have some luck again. It's the same lure, pink meps for Aglia. They've been, all kinds of fish have been destroying this. Hey, what's up? How you doing? How's everyone doing? Welcome in, everyone. We're gonna try to catch you some fish today. Hopefully, it's a little cold today. The last day I fished, it was like 70 degrees, almost. Now it's 43 degrees. Gotta love Wisconsin. But I'm using this guy. It's right here. Pink meps, Aglia. Pink is a really great color right around now, especially in this color of water. It's a little dingy, but it's also clear. Color seems to piss the fish off enough to get bites consistently. But that can change any minute with these fish, you know? Maybe today they hate pink or something, they don't even want to touch it. But yeah, these fish are getting more and more aggressive. With it dropping in temperature, who knows though? Next week, though, I saw 2 days in the 70s. You know what that means. We might actually catch some fish those days. We still got to get Ike. Probably by the end of May is when we finally start getting consistently good temperatures here in Wisconsin. Thanks for the like, whoever gave that. Big shout out. You're the first like on this live stream. Nipply. I got my heated jacket on, so it shouldn't be too bad, but you know how that wind can get to you, just going straight at you. How does the live stream look? Because I usually don't use the YouTube app because in the past it's looked like crap. So let me know if it looks all pixelated or it looks like crap. Hopefully it doesn't. You never know, though. You never know. So yeah, we're here fishing in Wisconsin, near Milwaukee, just north of Milwaukee. We're at a creek here. Lots of good fish in here. Bass, northern, perch, catfish, carp, bluegill, rock bass. Heck yeah. Was it Johan? How you doing, man? I want to catch one fish today. It's always my goal. You know, other people might go and say, I got to catch a bunch of fish. I just want one. And hey, I caught a tree. Look at that. That's one thing I'm really good at, is catching trees. Let's see if I can get it out of the tree. Oh, yeah, look at that. I should teach a master class on how to get snagged and an amateur class on how to get unsnagged. Sorry if the wind is blowing right into the mic too. I don't have a wind mic or anything like that. It's just a phone mic. It's on my Samsung S26, so should be okay. I don't know. I've never really listened to it, what it sounds like. It's so windy. Maybe let's go down a little bit. Some of these trees will block the wind. Let's see. Yeah, so my PB bass I caught, was it 2 days ago, 3 days ago? Right there. So far nothing yet. But there's all kinds of good fishies in here. Fishes. We'll see if we can get lucky though. Not sure because, like I said, the weather. We just had a huge rainstorm again yesterday. Dropped in temperature like 30 degrees. That can make any fish just decide to not eat. But I tell you, I'm more excited than I've ever been. I caught one of the biggest fish in my life here the last time during the live stream. That's got me jacked up. I thought I had caught one of the biggest fish in here last year. And that was a 3-pound bass. Because I've never seen one that big until I caught that one. A 5-pounder. He's just blowing the roof off. What do you mean, but why? But why what? You're going to eat it? I don't eat fish. I don't really like fish, to be honest. I like catching them, that's about it. Not a huge fan of eating fish. I don't care if other people eat them. I just don't like fish a lot. And that's a chilly little breeze that's just blowing at me, man. It is brutal. Probably doesn't seem like it's bad. It's just enough to make it cold though, because it's 43 degrees out here. We're gonna just keep walking around though this creek, and like the last time I was here, didn't have that monster until like an hour and a half after casting here. And if I would have gave up, would have never caught it. Cattail birds. You mean I think you're referring to the what are they, red-winged blackbirds? They're all over here. And then the other birds that we have all over here are the geese. They're usually fighting with each other and hissing at me. Bro, You can't just tell me there's an alligator. You gotta tell me where the alligator is, because that's like saying heads up in golf and then you just get hit in the head with a golf ball. I think if we catch anything today, it's going to be a random pike, is what I feel. On these colder days, pike usually, they don't really care. I'm not fishing for pike, but you know how fishing goes. It's hard to target a species without another species coming around. It's like you can't tell it not to hit your bait. I always found that was funny. It's like, oh, you can't fish for this kind of fish. Okay, but you tell the fish that. Right there is where I cast it. Right about there. It was a little bit further back and I caught that monster. It'd be crazy if I caught it again or something. Hey, what's up, silly? You're a 7-year-old? Hey. Doesn't matter. We all were 7 at one time, or will be. We'll see. It was weird because yesterday I was fished for, it was like an hour and 25 minutes, and then I decided to put this bait on, and then I missed the pike, and then the next cast, when I moved right here, I caught that huge bass. That was weird. Was that a snag? Oh yeah. I thought I had to hit it first, but it caught some grass. All I hope is that the wind just chills just enough. I don't really care that it's a little cold out here. I just hate wind. Oh my gosh, the squawking's beginning already. You know, it's so nice and peaceful, and then you got these horrible geese. Making all this noise. All right, let's go try to get back out there again. Probably going to be in this area, or at least a few of them. The rest, a lot of them hang out in the current there too. Maybe the bass not so much right now because it's still cold, but I caught a 15-incher there in the current a couple days ago. And I caught a 16-inch on the other side. Caught a few little pike this year too, just randomly. Nothing big though. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Jeffrey? Welcome in. Appreciate everyone being here and checking out the stream. We are fishing a creek right now. I typically fish rivers, creeks, all that kind of stuff. Still a little bit early as far as where I fish, so we haven't really ventured into the river yet because it's cold. And it was still real high water and fast current. But we'll be heading into the river, hopefully within the next, I don't know, let's just say 2 weeks, I hope. Tight line, Charles, tight lines. We're fishing from Wisconsin. Today we have not caught anything. I've only been streaming for like 14 minutes though. I mean, I don't know what today is going to give us, with the weather being what it is. You know, I feel like the fishing gods may strike me down slightly after giving me my PB largemouth last week. You know, I'm not really superstitious, but part of me like feels like, well, since I got the biggest fish of my life last time I was here, that means this time I'm going to get skunked or something else. North Carolina, awesome. You lost your rank. You gotta talk more then to get your rank back. How's the weather in North Carolina right now? Is it similar to what we deal with here in Wisconsin? I don't know. It's probably a little bit warmer than it is here. We're at 43 degrees right now, but who knows with the weather, the way it goes lately. UK? You do fishing in the UK? I know a few people that have come on my streams. Do a lot of fishing over in that area. I don't know exactly the UK though, but in that vicinity. Nice, nice. Yeah, they've been showing me. We catch pike here, but some of the pike you guys have across the ocean over there, man, they make our pike look like nothing. Those are some fat old pike that you guys got. Are they this? I don't know. They're probably not the exact same breed, but they look pretty much the same, except they're freaking huge. Am I at Goose? Are you fishing near a bridge? I mean, there is a bridge near, kind of near. I mean, I'd have to walk over there, but trying to fish this spot here. It's nice breaks in the wind. We're gonna move down in a second. I'm gonna do a couple more casts here. And then we're gonna work our way to the bridge, cross the bridge, and then go over to the other side. Because I've had luck over there too. And eventually, if we're not getting anything on this, I might switch it up here, but I don't know. It's hard to leave a good working lure. I don't know if you guys are like me, but if I start catching a fish on one lure, like it's hard for me to switch. Like, what's the point of switching unless you just want to mix it up? But like, if you're trying to catch fish and they're hitting one lure, I'm not going to change it up. That's how I got addicted to using the Whopper Plopper last year. I used it, caught one of the biggest fish of my life on it, and I used it like the rest of the summer. I was addicted to it. Yeah, they were. I don't know. They're just not biting over there. But doesn't mean they're not there. It just means they may not want what they're seeing right now. It's kind of shallow out here in this area, so I may not cast because I can even see the bottom out there. Like, well, not the bottom, but you know what I mean. Like a stick, I can see it, which is not very deep. We got all these rats over here, rats with wings. All right, let's see if we get any bites. Normally, a lot of them hang out right at the edge of where it's shallow and gets a little bit deep, and right next to the current. It's not a huge current, but it's enough to get some fish hanging out there. We'll see. Yeah, so this year, species-wise, I've caught perch, pike, largemouth. Is there any other ones I've caught yet? I don't know. I think that's all the species I've had this year. But nothing's really been biting a whole lot yet because water's still in the 40s. Cast under the dock? I would, but like it's so shallow. I don't know if anything's there. Hey, what's up, Tony? We're back at the creek again. It's cold as hell compared to the last time. We're at 43 degrees. Last time we were fishing, I think it was like 60 plus. Gotta love it, bro. How's the stream looking? I'm using a Samsung S26 right now. Hopefully it looks clear because I'm using the YouTube app, which I haven't used since last summer when I first started live streaming. Oh, there they go again. Oh my God. I swear they wait till I come fishing just to start brawling with each other out there. I'm going to hook one on one of these days. Not on purpose. But there have been times where they're flying through, fighting each other while I'm casting. Hell yeah, Tony. Tone gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Thanks a lot, Tony. I appreciate it. God, I'm glad you were there to witness my PV largemouth. Dude, I was so excited. I started telling everybody about it when I left here, and I was like, man. I was looking at the picture of the fish later, and I was like, dude, it doesn't even look real. It's so big. Like, it started looking like AI in the picture to me because it was just so freaking massive. And then I compared it to last year, which was my PB. I had a PB from last year, and my fish literally looked like it could have ate my PB. Because my last year, I think my PB was, it was like 3 pounds, and like, I think it was like maybe like 18, 19 inches. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I compared the pictures, and it was like scary how big that thing was. You were first until Tony dropped the super chat, and that kicked you right out. Super chats give you lots of points of experience in the YouTube chat. Tony's my boy. Yeah, so we're throwing the pink one back again, even though it's got some rough hooks. I mean, why not though? You know, I caught my biggest fish ever on it. Well, I'm not gonna take it off now. I do need to buy a new one though. I cannot fix the hooks on these for the life of me. You can still, chat and stuff, and chat gives you XP and stuff too. There's probably other ways to get it. I don't know. I'm not 100% familiar with it. I think you can get gifts and other things if you want. But yeah, chatting will keep you getting XP though. So you see how deep it is there? That's what it's like under the dock. It's literally that deep. So what is that? It's from here to here, deep wise. And it's cold water, so I highly doubt they're going to be hanging up here. They haven't even made beds yet. Now, there was one that might follow from being out in the water, but very doubtful that they're hanging underneath this shallow little dock. Because there's not even bluegills hanging out here. That's what I'm saying. It's like not even a little fish even visible. Yeah, it's just so shallow. It stays like, I don't know, maybe 10 yards. It stays fairly shallow, then it kind of drops. I'm still itching to get into the river though. That's where I want to be. I love fishing here though. Like, you can walk and cast and catch some really nice fish, but I just love being in the river. Who we got this? Lionel, how you doing? Thanks for saying hi. Jerome, thanks for saying hi. Welcome in, everyone. I hear a woodpecker. Right across the way there somewhere. I've never caught a smallie here ever. I've had someone tell me they caught one up by the waterfall area, like the rapids, but I've never caught one. And the amount of times I fished here last year, I would have caught one. I would have thought if they were in here. Now, that doesn't mean they're not in here. It just means that probably not in here, at least not in major numbers at all. This is not really the best suited place for smallmouth anyways. It's got, I think it's like a mud bottom for the most part. And smallmouth are not really big fans of mud. They don't thrive in it at all. The biggest fish I ever caught, it depends which fish. The biggest largemouth I caught was the last live stream I did. It was 21.5 inches, 4.96 pounds. The biggest northern I ever caught was 38 inches, but I did not have a scale to weigh it. Same with my biggest smallmouth I caught. I didn't have a scale or anything to measure it at that time, but it had to have been 19 inches at least. I actually prefer fishing for smallmouth just because it's so much more fun to catch them than largemouth. But largemouth are fun to catch because they get so much bigger. Plus, like the river fish, while they don't get as big as like fish sitting in like maybe a pond type thing like this or a creek, they're definitely a lot stronger. They'll fight like hell. Yeah, at least there's no wind over here. I don't know why there's so much wind when I first started. It doesn't even feel like wind's even blowing right now. I mean, I don't know, maybe. I would assume many do. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to bust out the whopper plopper yet. Not quite there yet. I'm going to be using that all summer long too, so I'm going to have to use other lures now until they're popping off. The only fish I've seen actually hit the surface recently in the last couple weeks is carp, giant carp. They've been flopping up, jumping out of the water. What's up, Trista Kid? Like I said, I would assume all rivers, for the most part, have some sort of bass in them, unless the water is just piss poor and can't support life. We're going to keep fishing this MEPS. I'm going to go to the other side here soon. We're going to fish it over there. And then I'll probably throw something else on if we don't get anything on this. Yeah, I think I saw, I went on your page the other day. I think I saw a video. Some of the carp you were catching, those are monsters on there. I can't remember what my biggest carp was because I haven't really caught a big carp in so long. But when we were kids, we'd catch them all the time in the river. And we'd just pull out stringerfuls of them. But the river has gotten so much cleaner since then. And a lot of the carp have kind of just vanished. You don't even see them that often anymore, which is good. But I also don't mind catching them. It's a good fight. There goes the blue herring. There's also a bald eagle that flies around here, believe it or not. For most of my life, I didn't see a bald eagle ever, and now within like the last year, I've seen bald eagles like I think 7 times now, which is crazy. Yeah, we used to kill carp when we were young, you know, and we like stab them and do that kind of stuff, and then people would get mad at us, like, dude, you're not supposed to throw this fish back in. You're like, well, you could have did this or did that. I'm like, no, it's a carp. I'm not doing nothing with it. But they would also get mad when I throw my bass back in the water. Didn't matter what size bass it was. They'd be pissed because they said, you could have gave it to me. I'm like, no, you catch it yourself. Is fishing ethical? Well, think about this. If people didn't fish, if people didn't hunt, a lot of places would be just overrun with fish or deer or whatever, and that causes its own set of problems. So fishing itself is not the problem. It's there's certain people that make it unethical on how they fish and how they treat the fish. But fishing itself is not the problem. They don't have the same type of feeling receptors either that humans have. So like, if you think the fish is like getting hooked in the mouth and going, oh my God, that hurts so bad. Why did you do that to me? No, they don't give a crap. They don't even know. They can feel pressure. That's about it. They don't feel like you getting hooked in the lip. That, yeah, commercial fishermen. But like this creek right here, no. I think you're misconstruing some fishing with other fishing, because look at me right here. I'm the only one fishing. Am I being unethical by fishing? What's unethical about this? You asked me if fishing was unethical. So what am I doing right now that would be unethical? Hurting the fish? And you can't say that because it doesn't hurt the fish. And if people are upset that a fish gets hooked in the lips, but not upset when a giant musky comes by and freaking bites them in half, I don't understand the difference there. Who says we're killing fish? You think I'm fishing here to kill fish? I fish here because I love fish. Real fishermen protect fish. We follow the rules that are there. It's the other people that come and take every single fish out of the river that they catch for the hell of it. They'll take 3-inch bass to take them home and fillet them up for a fillet. That would be like what's the point? But of course, there's never anyone to regulate that when they're doing it. No one stops by. They only stop by when they're not doing it. You can't compare another animal killing fish. So, what do you think would happen if no one ever hunted, no one ever fished, no one ever ate fish, no one ever ate meat? You just think everyone would just live in an expanding ecosystem of infinite animals and people? We're just supposed to eat grass? Guess what? Everything else is going to start eating the grass too. I mean, it might be worth an ethical debate for someone that cares. I'm a very ethical fisherman, so I don't give a crap. It's the other people that you should have an ethical debate with that are illegally doing stuff. You're in the wrong chat if you think you're going to tell me I'm unethical in my fishing. There's so many poachers, and there's a lot of immigrants and migrants that could care less about the rules. They will take every fish they can get out of here. Yet, I'm unethical because I catch a fish and put it back in the water. Yeah, PETA is a for-profit company that thrives off of people's emotions. All these big organizations that are fighting for something, they're all embezzling money. I don't care what the core focus is. At the end of the day, most of the support is not there to save the animals. It's there to make the people rich. Yeah, thank you for that. Obviously, you can't debate with someone that's already made up their mind without being, without any kind of information. Like, you can't come into a fishing stream, know nothing about actual fishing, and then say that it's unethical. Like I said, you're talking about you're talking to the wrong people and wrong person about unethical fishing. Like, if you came into my stream and I was just like throwing cast nets and like throwing fish on the shoreline, like, I hate fish, all these fish should die. Yeah, sure. Like, there's a lot more unethical things in this world than fishing, for God's sakes. People care about a fish more than they care about a human life, which is kind of crazy, but I guess that's the state we're in right now. That was very unethical of you, Tony. I can't believe you did that. That was unethical. You timed her out. We're in Wisconsin. Yeah, fishing out of wedlock is blissful and the best experience ever. Sex, that's a whole nother story. At this point in my life, I don't want anything to do with that. I just prefer fishing. I'll get married to the next fish I catch. I do got to go to South, like actual South Florida, like not just Florida. I want to go to South Florida because I have a goal to catch a peacock bass before I die. And that's one of the only places I think you can get them, at least in America, if not the only place. Our our sponsors are we're sponsored by Sack Attack. Make sure to go to the store and buy a nice big fat package of sacks. Dude, that was a good cast. That went way across there. Yeah, Florida. I want to go down to the Everglades and fish in the canals and the random waters down there. Maybe die to a gator. I'll be fishing, not paying attention. Hey Tony, if the alligator eats me, is that unethical of the alligator? I think this is open to debate. I love sacks. Sack Attack. Yeah, I've been trying to get to the river to catch some trout, but weather and water were not agreeing with fishing for a while. Soon. And I hate fishing up in Lake Michigan. I really hate that type of fishing. There's some nice fish there, but dude, people just stand shoulder to shoulder along the whole place fishing, and I hate fishing around people. I really do. I would rather just go anywhere else. If I showed up here and there was like 30 people fishing, I'm just gonna leave. From downriver Michigan. Was it, how do you pronounce it? Tamani Trail from Miami? Yeah, I might go down there this next winter. I'm not sure. It depends. Because, one, it's cheaper to travel in winter, and I know South Florida pretty much stays fairly active all year long because it doesn't really get cold. Although this year they had some cold weather down there because all the iguanas were dying and shit. What if the alligators were having premarital sex and then I walked up on them? That means they were being unethical, and I think that's what makes it unethical, right? When they eat me. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like crazy people fishing like next to you. And then on top of that, like, you know, there's the other thing too is like you don't even need a lot of people to make fishing horrible. Like, I don't know how many times I've been in the river and I'll be catching fish fine, and I take like 1 minute to like retie something on, and before you know it, someone walks over and starts casting right where I'm at. I'm like, bro, that's unethical. That's unethical. People used to have respect when you go fishing and be like, oh, that guy's fishing there. I'll let him fish there. I'll fish somewhere else. No, now people just come and stand next to you and cross over your line after you were there already. And then they look at you like, why did you cross over my line? I'm like, bro, you're the one that cast. They're going to attack your sack. Dude, that would hurt like hell if an alligator just like fucking grabbed your sack and that's all they got. I think it'd probably be better just to have the alligator take care of the rest of you by then. Hey, I appreciate that. Excellent. Rooster 6908. Well, we haven't had a bite yet. Let's head over to the other side, and then we'll see if we can get lucky. Yeah, if anyone hasn't hit that like button, make sure you hit the like button. Helps the channel out, helps the stream out. And if you do want to check out more live streams or just want to support the channel, you can always hit the subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. Let me see. It's a little fast here for this lure. Not horrible. Let's see. It must be really shallow in the middle there. I hit the bottom. It's too shallow. I believe that was the spot last year when it got to like a certain level. Like I was fishing, I'm like, dude, the geese are just standing in the middle of the creek. Like literally just standing there. So probably just like a shallow spot. I'm using the MEPS 4 Aglia. MEPS 4 Aglia. Pink. Oh man, my nose hasn't ran like this in a while. It's cold out here. Normally I can catch fish on this side, but it hasn't warmed up yet, so you never know. Look at the view, everyone. Look how beautiful that is. This is actually like real fast for this, even though it's like half the speed it was. We're in Wisconsin. Stennis, hello, how you doing? We're fishing Wisconsin, near Milwaukee, North Milwaukee. This is a creek that's basically I shouldn't say part of it, but it runs into the Milwaukee River. So it's kind of the same ecosystem, but not 100% because it doesn't have the exact same fish in it. This part of the, oh, I just missed one. He came up and missed it. He didn't even tap it, but I don't know if you guys saw that water swirl. He came up and, dang it, we just missed one. Hey, what's up, Texas Life? Dude, that was a decent size one. I was not expecting that. But he didn't even hit it. He totally whiffed it. Like, you think it'd be hard to miss this lure. Like, normally they do that with top water. Like, they pop it out of the water, they miss it, but he totally swiped at it and it just made a huge swirl. Hey, thank you. I don't remember where Laverne and Shirley lived. The show was in Milwaukee, wasn't it? Same with Happy Days. There's a statue of the Fonz down in Milwaukee. I mean, I guess the only other thing that could have happened is I spooked a fish that was there and it just moved, but that would be weird too. And that current is so strong. With that big old blade on this size 4, it just like feels like a freaking rock when you're reeling it in with the current. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we missed a fish there, but like I said, I didn't feel a single tap. So it either completely missed it, or like I said, maybe it got spooked or something. That's weird. You think you could still be there though? It's not like I, hooked him or anything. Wisconsin. My brother went to school across the street from where Jeffrey Dahmer lived, right as that stuff went down and he got busted. So there's that, We're known for serial killers in Wisconsin. Yeah, this is a really nice area they fish. This whole area that I live in is just got a lot of good fishing, a lot of nature, far enough away from Milwaukee. Although I have seen people fish in Milwaukee, it's just not nice to fish there. It's dirty. Plus, you gotta pack heat when you go down there. Get ready to light someone up trying to rob you. They will unethically rob you of your fishing gear and your money and your cell phone and your car. Nice. I just caught my PB here in Wisconsin. It may be small compared to what you got, but in Wisconsin, it was a 5-pound bass, 21.5 inches, and that's a freaking monster in Wisconsin. It's probably a dink where you live. That's called marriage. Yeah, we are a drinking state. People also call us cheeseheads, even though I really don't care for that term. I really don't understand it either, and all these idiots wearing cheese on their head and stuff. I've never been into any of that. Oh, not around. That's a monster there too. Well, if that's a monster there, You can tell how big of a monster it is here in Wisconsin. That's like almost like a once in a lifetime fish here in Wisconsin for a largemouth. That's why I was saying last time I could die happy if I just went home and died. Well, I'm still upset that I potentially missed that fish that was there. It was a really nice sized swirl. Fish behind Arnold's. You hate cheese curds? I mean, I want to tell you something. I don't think Wisconsin cheese curds are that great. Really don't. I had cheese curds in Minnesota once, and they were so much more superior than Wisconsin. It's just that we're known for cheese curds for some reason, just because of cheese. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, there's probably places around here you could probably catch a big catfish. I haven't discovered them yet. They are in here, but they're not, I don't know if they're big. But like I said, I didn't know the bass got that big in here either, so there could be some monsters hanging out somewhere. Haven't really actually fished for them that yet. So maybe if I actually fish for catfish here, maybe I'll catch one of the catfish here eventually. I caught a big one too last summer right underneath that tree there from the other shoreline. That was a really fun catch. I need to do another stream. Earlier in my, it was like my first or second stream. It just wasn't working that day, but I was trying to use cheese curds as bait, and I just could not get a bite for the life of me. But it wasn't the cheese curds' fault, because I put worms on too, and I was only able to get one fish on worms. So I need to do another fishing adventure with cheese curds. I did catch a big sized bluegill, and I put one in his mouth and sent him on his way. Figured he wanted a snack for all his troubles. Thank you, Tony. Brought to you by these nuts. Your dad caught a catfish around 5 foot, 72 pounds. That's crazy. That fish like that can eat you, I swear. Makes you scared to go in the water sometimes, you know. I'm more scared of turtles though, like snapping turtles. There's some big suckers in the areas. And when I'm like wading in the water, I'm just expecting to lose a toe, lose a foot, just clamp onto me. I think there'd be some fish in this current. I know it's kind of fast, but at least next to it here, where it like kind of pools up. My hands are starting to get cold. I still remember when I did I think it was Christmas fishing stream, when we had a blizzard and I was standing in the middle of the river fishing. I couldn't feel my hands. And then when I left, I thought like the feeling was never going to come back, because that's how cold they were. I was like, dude, did I screw up my hands badly? Because I could not feel for like 15 minutes. Hang on once. I'll read the comments in a second. It's funny, I'll look down sometimes and I won't see a single, like a new comment, and I'll look down and I'm like, holy crap, a whole bunch of comments. PETA Patrol. Hey, what's up, Cade? How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, my PB catfish, it can't be that big. I've caught a few of them in my lifetime, but There's no way it was even like maybe 5 pounds. And even if I want to just take a wild guess at maybe if I caught a bigger one, that 7 to 10 maybe, if I even came close to that. Like I said, I don't really fish for catfish though. Catfish is like if I'm fishing off the bottom with a night crawler and I happen to catch a catfish, that's probably how I actually catfish. I do have a jerk bait. I'm going to be changing baits here in a second. It's just that this one's been so fire lately. I should have got that meat thermometer, man, to test the water. And then I could have busted it out on the PETA lady and said, this is what I'm going to use to eat my hamburgers for tonight. My unethical hamburgers. I've caught so many fish here. It's good. It's weird though. It's because like right now, if you see, all the water is open. There's you can fish anywhere you want. Once the warm weather hits, this whole channel in the middle here stays open all the way down there. But the spot I was fishing earlier on that side and that side there become straight weeds. Straight weeds, straight lily pads. And all you can use on it is a frog. I didn't really fish it last year, but this year I plan on hitting them pretty hard with some frogs. And there's another place, a pond near me. I've never caught a fish out of there. Never. But yet I see big bass in there all the time, making beds and whatnot. But I've never caught one. So maybe I'll try to catch one this year there. The devil's lettuce. I wonder if fish would bite on a nug if you hooked up a nug on here and threw it out there. They're like, damn, he's got the good shit. What's up, Ravens fan? Let me guess, do you like the Ravens? If you say no, that's going to be kind of a weird name to have. Come on, there's got to be a fish somewhere that wants to eat this thing. Do you ever just like picture like the fish just like sitting down there watching your bait go by over and over again, just like talking amongst themselves, like, dude, this guy, what the hell's he doing, man? Keeps throwing the same damn thing over and over again. Thinks we're gonna bite it. One day they'll have cameras so small that they'll just come attached to your lure and you can just see everything that's happening. Hang on, I gotta charge my MEPS 4 before I throw it. It's at 10% battery. I do watch football. I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm a Packer fan. But I'm mostly a football fan, though. Retired professional fisherman. Excellent. Are you talking about like Bassmasters and stuff like that? Go Browns. Yeah, I'm going to switch lures in a second. I still don't understand why no one is out here fishing. A little cold weather scares everybody away, which is fine for me, but it's just kind of weird. Like, I feel like everyone waits for like the most ideal conditions before they even head out to a lake or river or anything. It's like any day could be the ideal conditions. You're not listening to me. I told you where to fish. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. Is this fishing? I watched a video last night. Ooh, there's a lure down there. Hang on. Let's see if I can get it. Uh-oh. Almost lost my other lure, snagging whatever this thing's snagged on. Watch me lose it. Maybe if there's a stick. A stick might be better. Hang on. We're gonna do a side quest here. Try to get that lure, whatever it is. We're gonna use all this extra wood that's laying around from the flood. Here's a nice stick. Thou shalt not pass. All right. Let's see. It's probably snagged on this thing. Yeah, that's exactly why it's stuck there. So a long time ago, they drained this place out of here because it's so polluted from what were they called? Like the wooden mills or whatever. Wool mills. That's right. It's not wooden mills. Wool mills they used to have here back in the day. Yeah, it's moving. I think it's still stuck on it though. Ah, shit. I don't even know if it's worth it. Yeah, it's stuck on these. They had like, I don't know, these like this giant thing they put in here to soak up all the nastiness that was like in the water, and it took like so long, which I'm glad they did because it really cleaned up this place. But they left stuff like that in here, which is like, it's kind of like what do you call it? Can't think of it. Sandbag, kind of in a way, but it's like a long tube. There it is, right there. Right there. I can't get it though. And if the water was warmer, I'd go in and get it, but I'm not jumping in. It's not worth it. All right, let's back this off here. Okay. Someone else can have that lure, or maybe I'll get it one of these days. I don't feel like getting this snagged in anything either. All right, now there's going to be a fish here. I don't know what it is. Oh my God. I swear. Scared away the fish. It's right there. No, I'm not going to catch one. 5 of diamonds daredevil. All right, maybe I'll go back in a second here. I don't know, I tried to get it, but it's stuck on that thing. It's just full of like, I don't even know what's inside of it, to be honest. But it's stuck on it. It's like a fabric tube with shit inside of it. That is true. I remember that. We have some knack on this channel of like just making stuff appear randomly, just talking about it. Except for lots of money. I'm still waiting on that fat sack of money. This is the speed that they've all been hitting at. I'm not really ripping it across or anything like that. I'm going fairly slow. I'm trying to reel it just fast enough so it doesn't go, too low and get snagged on something, because it's actually not really that deep out here. I think the deepest it gets over here is maybe 3, 4, 5 feet maybe. There might be a little pockets here or there. But there's tons of fish that hang out here, especially when it's warmer. All right, let's try something else. We casted this up and down all around. Just didn't get any luck on it. Maybe I should retire it now and put it on my wall, frame it, because that's what caught me my PB. Just take them out of service. Let's see what we got. I think I tried the square bills last time, but they ended up like dragging on the bottom. Let's see. Got swim baits, but I don't know. I'm not really kind of too aggressive with them. Get off of there. All right, so I got Storm Thunderstick. Got a small Storm Thunderstick. I got, what was this? This is the one I found here last year. I caught one or two pike on it. I can't remember what this one is. It's a Rapala, I think. We'll try this guy first, a little bit bigger one. I don't have any rattle traps. I keep meaning to buy one at least, and I just always forget to buy things that I want. I buy a bunch of other stuff I don't need instead. Big savings on these nuts. Only if you're involved with PETA. All right. I haven't caught a muskie yet. They're in the river. Haven't caught one yet though. Walleye are in the river too, but not many of them. My friend caught one back when he was a teenager, and that was the only one we ever caught in there. But they're there. I saw one on a picture of one back in 2012, crossing in through the camera. And that looked like a beast of one. But you know what did come back, which I am actually more excited about? Sturgeon. Sturgeon are back at the river now. They've made their way back. Alright, let me throw this back on. Man, I should have brought tissue, man. My nose is like a faucet today. Alright, let's try this one here. So this is a floater. So it floats. Has good action on it. Are they, so are you talking about walleye? I would say no, they are not like bass. They are far from anything like bass, but they do have some teeth. They're kind of like bass that don't fight as hard with bigger teeth, I think. People always say, you know, it's a walleye on your line because it comes in like a wet sock. Oh, sturgeon? No, sturgeon are definitely not like bass. Sturgeon are a prehistoric fish, basically, an actual real dinosaur. And it's got armor-plated backs, and they get up to be like 7, maybe 8 feet. I don't know, maybe bigger than that. Yeah, just Google lake sturgeon once. and you'll see it's a crazy looking fish, and they're really cool. But they're not like aggressive or anything like a musky would be. They have like a little mouth underneath, and they're kind of like a bottom feeder, I believe. Yeah, they can get massive. There's a bunch of weird rules though for fishing for them. Like you can only fish during certain times of the year, and so if I do end up fishing, trying to catch a sturgeon eventually, I'm gonna have to know my rules and regulations. Yeah, it gets pretty deep right out there, actually. I don't know how deep, but deep enough for this thing to go down and not catch the bottom. Yeah, probably, but just bigger, maybe. They, I didn't know sturgeon could jump, to be honest. But to be fair, too, I didn't really know muskies really jumped either. But there's a place here in Wisconsin, I forgot where it was, that you can't fish there, but there's during their spawn and stuff, they jump up over the dam. Like it's like a little tiny dam. It's not like a big dam. But it's enough where it takes a good effort to jump over. And I saw muskies jumping up over the dam. It's crazy. Wop, yeah, they're not jumping out like a bass. I could get that. That makes more sense than like just pop. They're just pounding top water. You got a whopper plopper going on. A freaking sturgeon comes by and just destroys it. That'd be crazy. I think we're gonna get skunked today. I have a feeling. It just feels like a skunk type of day. Oh, don't get on my line. Oh, I felt the goose touch my line. That was close. I live near Lake Winnebago, but I've never fished it. I've been there like once or twice maybe, but that wasn't for fishing. No, we've had bad luck since I started. I knew, yeah, my friend fishes there all the time. He does tournaments up there too sometimes. You didn't give me bad luck, like, trust me. I already said I probably was going to have a bad luck day because the last time I was here I caught my PB fish, so I wasn't expecting to rock the waters. The fishing gods have to even it out now. It was like last year, I remember one time in the river I got skunked. I was like, what the heck's going on? And I went about again, I got skunked again. And then I was like, maybe there's a reason I'm getting skunked. And then I went out and I caught like, I don't know how many, it must have been like somewhere between 70, 80, I don't know how many smallmouth I caught that day. It was just stupid amounts. But it went from literally skunk to just, holy crap, I can't not catch a fish now. I wish they had like a fishing team when I was in high school. That would be fun. I know they have something now, but when I was back then, they didn't have anything. Now with social media and all that stuff, fishing has become really trendy, and a lot of people, the only reason they fish is they're hoping to get really popular on a social media app and make money off of it. And if that's the sole reason why you're fishing, then that's a pretty pathetic reason. Like, I get it. People sometimes live from fishing, but if your sole purpose in fishing is just money, then I think you got to find a new hobby or a new thing. These nuts. Brought to you by these nuts. Oh, shoot. These nuts and candy. This guy got great action on it. It's definitely very erratic without even having to do any twitching at all, which is why I like the Storm. Because I hate having to do a whole bunch of extra stuff while I'm fishing. And if the bait itself can be erratic for me without me having to twitch my rod like a jackass, that's always welcomed. Yeah, before it was cool. That's like a lot of people out there. But yeah, now it's all about like, you know, look at my fancy rod and reel. It's not even about the actual fish you catch. It's about, you know, the swag you have. People try to tell you can't catch fish because you don't have a expensive enough combo. These nuts and candies off at 8th Street in Colorado. Is that a real place? Like, I thought you were just saying that for the hell of it. But, I mean, if that's a real place, I might have to go check it out. I prefer getting my candy from vans with no windows, though. There's been a van driving around the area that said free fishing lures. Had no windows on it, but I really hope he comes and picks me up one day. I'll sign up for some free fishing lures. I think he said you have to be blindfolded and tied up and thrown in the back in order to qualify for free fishing lures, though. No speak English, pike, ear, no. If you're asking what we're fishing for, if that's what you mean, I'm fishing for bass. But there are pike in here, if you're wondering that. Hang on. Would I bullshit? I don't know. I wouldn't expect a PETA person either to come in here and tell me I'm being unethical fishing. Anything's possible in this world. Hey, what's up, Task Force? How you doing? Touch my lure. Show me on the lure where he hurts you. Yes, you did. It was just so weird, man. Like, what compels someone? Like, there's plenty of unethical streams going on right now if you go look for one. Fishing is the least of people's worries, but, you know, people pick a cause and then they're willing to die on the cross for anything, even if it's at their own detriment. Task Force, I've been great. I don't know if you were in my last live stream, probably not, but I'm doing great because I caught my PB largemouth. Freaking monster, man, I'm telling you. And now because of that, I will never catch a fish ever again in my life now. I've been cursed. Yeah, I never would have expected that out of this place either. But I guess that shows you, like, I mean, if there's fish somewhere, there's got to be all kinds of them on the spectrum, you know, large, small, in between. It's just that I caught what I thought was one of the biggest fish of my life last year here. And I thought I had won the lottery at that fish. And then here we are. I make that fish look like a dwarf, which makes me wonder, now, is there bigger fish than that one now? Possibly. Four times in a row. Hey, man, it's if you're talking about right now, you know, fishing is just weird in general at this time. You could go out and catch fish like crazy, or you could go out and not catch anything. I mean, that one stream I did this year, I caught, I don't know, 30 some bullheads for no reason at all, and now they're not biting anymore. Whatever happened that day, it was just like a perfect storm. And then I tried it again, and not one thing was biting in the same spot. There were some guys watching me fish that day. He was just like, holy crap. That was a crazy day. I'm sure your 10-inch or your 10-pound fish probably made my 5-pound one look like a baby, because my 5-pound fish made my 3-pound fish even look like a baby. So your fish double the size of mine. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. My videos make me happy too, because I'm fishing. Yeah, I'm going to be doing all the lives like I normally do. I don't know how many per week or whatever that, but I'm going to try to do some other videos on top of that too, between doing lives and whatnot. I have a whole bunch of different ideas I want to do. I just need a little bit better fishing. Otherwise, I'll end up going out and making a video just to cast for an hour or two and come home. And that floats up pretty quick. Well, so this is a new, well, I've had this one for not a little bit. It's not normally not my daily driver, but this is a Samsung S26 base model. But I normally like using Motorola for my other actual phones. That's what I have been using. Is the last phone I have, or the one I am using, it was a Motorola Edge Plus 20 from 2023, which is actually still a pretty good phone, but nothing close to like a S26 or something. How does the video look, by the way? I haven't looked at it myself. It looks great on my screen, but you never know when you watch it. I'm hoping it looks fine, because it's a extremely powerful phone with like the latest technologies, and I have unlimited data, like really good data too, so it should look good. That's good. That's good. And I'm also using the YouTube app for the very first time. I usually stick away from it because I've had issues with it, but I believe the issues were from my phone. I don't think my phone was powerful enough to do a live stream and use the YouTube app for some reason. I had to use like the proxies, like Prism Live and Streamlabs or whatever, but Streamlabs always screws up. Yeah, nothing's really biting. I should have brought worms just for the hell of it, but I hate having to like stay stationary in one spot while I'm fishing with worms. I like being able to move here and there. I got this heated jacket I'm wearing at Ollie's. I got it for like $50. It was actually a decent deal for what it was, but came at a really good time. I had like just said, man, I need to get myself a heated jacket because I always get cold when I go fishing. And I stopped at Ollie's. I'm like, oh my God, heated jacket. Exactly what the doctor ordered. That's the bottom. I thought I got a hit. Yeah, so definitely much more shallow here. I'm already hitting the bottom from that cast. Only in the middle though. It's weird. It's like deep here, but in the middle it's shallow. That makes no sense. Man, I love this. I don't know if it's real or what, but you can cast this thing a mile. I know like a little bit heavier lure on there, but still. I love this reel. The main reason I bought this reel was not because I knew it was good or anything. I just like the color of it, to be honest. It matched this pole nicely. And it turns out it's actually a good reel. It's a Abu Garcia Max Elite, I think. Really nice. Thank you, D's Nuts and Candy. D's Nuts and Candy. You picture people sitting around like, God, we got to think of a name, man. The guy's like, you know what? I got one. D's Nuts and Candy. They're like, bro, you nailed it on the first go. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Yeah, right there, I keep hitting something. I'm going to try this where I missed that fish earlier. Maybe a little bit different presentation if it's still sitting over there. All right, one more cast here and we'll move down again. Gotta check my battery life. Oh, it's pretty good. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. It's at 68. That's pretty good. I wasn't sure because the Samsung S26 has like a 4300 milliamp battery. So I was like, man, is that thing just gonna like go too fast? Oh, that just reminded me. Let's see if I can get that bait that's sitting over here. I think I can reach it. Possibly. I don't know. I'd have to probably take the camera off. Hang on. Take this off once. See if I get it. Oh. Is your YouTube name good? What do you mean good? Are you talking about for like making a channel or just in general? I'll show you my phone holder in a second. Just let me try to get this. Let me try again. I'm trying to get that thing right there. That. Not sure what it is. All right, let's see. Hang on for a second. Oh, oh my God. Come to me. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck with the hook. I'm gonna have to wait till it gets a little bit nicer and actually like just go in the water and get it. It's like stuck in that fabric. Just in general, I mean, it's not a bad one. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if anyone really even looks at YouTube names. I mean, my YouTube channel has a different name than my actual YouTube name. No one really pays attention to it. I don't think they really care unless you become like some massive star or something. I think it's fine. So this one I use here, you can get it on Amazon. It's called Suptig. It's from the brand Suptig. It works great. You can have it up vertically or you can turn it horizontally. All right. Yeah, but I really like this phone holder. It works great. It lets you also, look down and look at chat. I'm sure there's other ones and other people might use different ones, but this is the one. I stumbled onto this one because I think I Googled it or searched on YouTube, because I was looking for an option. I couldn't find any. And I found this like old video from like, I think it was like 5 years ago, and someone had a link in it for this particular one. And I was like, oh, that works perfectly. And it did. Man, look, got wood. Oh my God, it's so cold. Jesus, that's a horrible cast. Straight like a rocket into the water. Hang on, it's messed up anyways. How did that happen? It's wrapped around my tip. All right, I got it off. Do you guys, here's a question. Do you guys see the ability to give gifts? I'm not talking about super chats, just like stupid gifts. I only asked because I enabled it, but I don't know, it doesn't really tell you if it's on or not. Sometimes you enable something on YouTube and it doesn't actually enable. No, okay. I didn't want anyone. You don't have to give me. I just wanted to see if it was there. I just wanted to make sure it worked. Because like when you do a live stream, you can't see that stuff. I mean, you could like get another phone and watch your own live stream, but a lot of times you're just hoping everything's working because you can't tell what it actually looks like, or like I can't even tell. Like it could be the worst quality ever and you'd never know. Or like if you're doing a stream, like when I first started streaming last year, it was the first few of my streams were just so, oh shoot, I bent my thing when I dropped my I threw my pull down hand. I gotta bend it back up. Yeah, my first few streams were so low quality and I had no idea that it even looked like that. Like picture like an Atari basically is what it looked like. Old school gaming was so pixelated. You got me 3 sponsors. Thank you. I want Ugly Stick to sponsor me, but it's so dumb. I went looking to see what you had to do, and it basically says, do not contact us. It says, if we reach out to you, then you can be sponsored, but it basically says if you contact us, you won't be sponsored. It's really weird. There's some fast current here. I got real fast just to make it come in. Yeah. You know what sponsor everyone ends up getting for fishing? It's always Cast Kings. It's because Cast Kings is a huge fishing, cheap fishing company selling cheap Chinese stuff. And they want everyone shilling their products. I am not a big fan of Cast King though. Like just spend a little bit more and get, like something actually decent. The 2 freaking reels I got for them were so low quality, and you can tell they just have no real quality control. Hey, what's up, Cron? Welcome in. I mean, I don't know what offer that would be, but it'd be cool if Ugly Stick would ever come knocking, but I doubt it. I reached out to the makers of Whopper Plopper too. They didn't even give me the time of day. They didn't even like respond back with a no letter, just nothing. So because of that, I'm switching to Berkeley Chapos. You can't even send me a denial email. You can't even say hello back to me. Thanks for sending me an email and inquiring about something. Berkeley Chapos where it's at though now. I catch you a big. I'm just trying to catch a big one, dude. I don't, dude. Dr. Kron, did you see the? I don't know. Were you in the last stream when I caught the big fish? You had to have seen it at least pop up on your feed eventually. I told you I'm not going to be able to catch a big fish today because I caught that big fish. I only know D's nuts and candy. I forgot the other ones. You know, there used to be when I went to school over in Platteville. I don't think it's there anymore, but they had a supermarket there called Dick's. It was Dick's Supermarket, and they had like a card, like every grocery store has a card, a savings card, and it was the best. It was called the Dick's Insider Card. Like, that is the best. Whoops! I hit the tree on the. That is the best savings card you can get. The Dick's Insider Card. Cowboy Dick's ice cream with nuts. You scream, I scream. I scream for Cowboy Dick with nuts. Yeah, that's awesome, Dr. Kron. Yeah, I would do. That was horribly crazy. That's never going to happen again to me, probably. All right, man. Texas. Talk to you later. Nice talking with you. Hope to see you again. Maybe I could get sponsored by Johnson's baby oil, and I can lather up my baits. Maybe the fish would like that if it's like extra slippery. And like every episode, I'll do a promo for baby oil. You're making lures? Like, are you talking about like plastics and stuff? Hopefully when we get back to the other side, there'll be a fish over there that wants to eat. Because there ain't nothing so far anywhere in here. We had one strike, or I don't even know if it's a strike. One swirl. Big swirl that looked like it missed my bait. That was it, and it was right here. Or here, somewhere around there. Are you busting out Andrew Dice Clay? Hickory dickory dock. What do you say? This chick sat on my cock. Hey! Something like that. I forgot. I haven't seen Andrew Dice Clay in a long time. I did watch it though when he first came out. I think I was like 12 years old or something when I watched the first Andrew Dice Clay stand-up special. I feel like we need to go back to that era of comedy, though. There's too many snowflakes in the world nowadays that get so hurt. You said a naughty word. How dare you? I'm crying now. You offended me. It's unethical. I just remember a time when you could make jokes about anything and everything, and people all laughed. It didn't matter race, religion, creed. Everyone was just laughing. And now, no one laughs about anything because, oh my gosh, what if someone's upset? All right, let's head back to this side. I'm not going down that way today because it's still too quick of a current for a lot of these fish in here. But normally I would go there. We need the current to go chill out a little bit, which probably 1 to 2 weeks will be exactly where we need to be unless it rains a whole hell of a lot more again. Man, kids play baseball in this weather. They start so early, like it's still practically snowing when they start. Dun, dun, dun. Might switch lures again too. This one may not work the best over here because it has such a shallow shoreline on this side. We'll cast it a few times though. The funny bone. Oh my god, it knows. Yeah, I would try them, of course. I'll try any lure. I can't guarantee I'll catch a fish on it, but I'll definitely try it. There's a lot of surface action as far as little fish out there. I think they're fish. It's a whole little like area. I just keep seeing little pops at the surface. Tiny, tiny pops. It's super shallow right there though. Yeah, I'm game for trying any lure. Hopefully it's not an expensive lure or take a lot of time to make, because if I lost it right away or something happened to it, I'd be upset. My friend who was with me the last time I went fishing here, he lost his swim bait like on the 5th cast. He had just bought it too. Wasn't extraordinarily like expensive, but still, it's not fun to lose your lure like without even getting a chance to use it. Yeah, so I would try that. Not too expensive either. I don't know how these people can buy like $100, $200 glide baits. I wouldn't feel safe using it. Yeah, it's working okay, but it gets to about that 5 to 10 yard mark and it just digs in. And these people are out here every day on their kayaks. I guess you live on the lake or river or whatever, how you take advantage of it, you know. Sounds good. I would love to make baits, and then I would just sell them on my eBay channel. Or channel, eBay store, I mean. I just don't, never really looked into making baits or had any really want to. Well, that's true. Yeah, everything's expensive now. Like, you go to, I mean, you know, Tony, you recently went to Bass Pro Shops or whatever, Cabela's, whatever, whichever one. It's not, nothing's cheap. Even like the generic stuff is expensive. That's why people buy all this crap from Temu nowadays, like Cast Kings. Because it's cheap, but you get what you pay for at the same time, too. I found a musky killer last year, but it's kind of rusty. It might work, though. I didn't really give it a shot. I didn't use it or anything. I just found it and threw it aside, you know. Basically a giant Meps for giant fish. Yeah, until they come looking for their money. You're like, say hello to my little friend. To be honest, like I like Bass Pro Shops, but overall, if I had to choose to go to a place that's going to have everything I want and everything I need, probably going to be like Fleet Farm, to be honest. Fleet Farm has so much more selection for fishing. Those are like bubbles or swirls, I can't tell. They're bubbles. Could be a bottom feeder or just bubbles coming out of the ground. I'm hitting the bottom out there. It's not deep at all. I'm just slow rolling it too. I'm still. I'm gonna have to switch. Yeah, I keep catching crap. Let's go over here and switch it up quick. A rusty musky. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Blaine's. Well, I should say there's Blaine's, and then there's Blaine's Farm and Fleet, and then there's like Fleet and Farm. Basically the same thing, but not the same entity. It's kind of weird. But the Blaine's is around here don't have as great of a selection as the Fleet Farms for some reason. Walmart around me sucks unless you go into the hood. If you go into the hood, that Walmart is like just stocked. I go there once in a while, but it's not really the best neighborhood. All right, should we try this guy? Got a little Ned rig type thing on it too. We'll try this. Oh, and was it Cron? You were asking about my reel. It's the Ugly Stick Carbon, 6'6". I don't know if it zooms in, if you can actually see that. And then Abu Garcia Max Elite. They pair very nicely if you like color combinations. Frank's. I never heard of Frank's. Is that like a local one by you guys? What is it like? Like, Is it like resemble anything particular? They're building what is it? A Shields by me. We don't have a Shields by me, but they're building one at the mall. So that should be interesting. I hear about Shields, but I've never been there. I think they have some selections there too. Probably expensive though, like everything else. Strictly online. Is it like just outdoor stuff, or is it like everything? Frank sounds like it'd be a store that sells a lot of different things. All right, let's put this on, take this off. I've only caught one fish on a chatterbait, ever in my lifetime. Bass, trying to catch bass. Okay, I'm just gonna leave my backpack here since we're gonna be staying in the vicinity. I don't have to get around on my back. Okay, it's not the biggest trailer in the world, but it adds a little bit of girth to it. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, bass are hard fighters, especially smallmouth bass. You think when you catch like that big one I caught the other day, it would be the best fight of your life. It was like more of a weight than it was like a massive fight. He fought a little bit, or she fought a little bit when she got close to the shoreline, but overall it was like fighting a catfish kind of for a little bit. What's up, Chaos Goat? I hope you saw my PB largemouth I caught. Probably not nearly as big as all those pike you catch all the time, but man, made me happy for the rest of my life. I'm thinking I've got bad luck today because of that. I like to think the fishing gods even out the odds. They'll give you one and then take away another. Yeah, I used to work for Blaine's a little bit. It's a nice little company. Nothing fancy or anything, but it's a good, wholesome company, you know. They're not public either, which is nice. What really makes me mad though is the Blaine's that we have right near me, they got rid of their minnows. They used to have minnows, you could just go and buy them, and now the closest thing that has minnows is Cabela's. And that's like a half an hour drive there and back. Yeah, ours is definitely bigger than that. But hey, man, your pike seem to be absolutely crazy where you are. Like, you make me jealous with some of those pike you'd be catching up there. Like, I got some big ones here and there, but you seem to like catch them like all the time. All right, Tony, sounds good. Thank you for stopping in. We'll see you on the next live. I appreciate you. You stumbled across it again. Yeah, it's hard to get away once you get into like a little bit of algorithm. Once you visit a live stream and you hang out for a bit and you talk on it, like, especially if you subscribe to something, then all of a sudden you're going to realize, and anytime someone that you did that to is going live, like you'll be going through lives or just going to pop up in your home screen. The Chaos Goat has crazy amount of northern pike. He catches like monsters every time he goes out. Now because I said that he won't catch a monster ever again, it's just gonna be, he's gonna get skunked. That's pretty good. 10 over 30. I did pretty well myself. I think I had like 3 over 30. But I did have a 35 incher and a 38 incher, but yeah, I didn't hit the 40 yet, but maybe I'll get it this year, who knows. I mean, I'm more than happy with a 35 and a 38, trust me. Just once you catch a few big ones like that, you just want to keep catching them though. Yeah, I really enjoy watching. You're one of the few people I actually like watch fish. There's so many fishing channels out there, and like you're fun to watch because like you're a cool guy and you're funny and that kind of stuff, and you catch some nice fish too. It's a different type of fishing too. My least favorite kind of fishing channel is when people, and I'm not trying to rag on people that do it, but it's not my cup of tea, that just set up a couple poles, have a stationary camera, and then that's it for the whole stream. Like, I don't know. I just, it's more of like, you go there more of to just hang out than to actually fish, it feels like. Which, like I said, it's fine for some people, but I don't like that, man. I like you moving around or seeing people going to different spots and trying different things here and there. You should wipe now? Are you sitting on the toilet? Your ass is going to be numb, man. PB bass I caught 2 or 3 days ago. It was a 5-pound bass, 21.5 inches. And then my PB pike was 38 inches, but I didn't have any way to weigh the thing. I'm sure it was a freaking beast. I didn't even weigh the 35 incher either. That thing was heavy as hell. That one I actually got a good picture of because I had my friend with me when I took it. I was able to hold it, but the 38 inch fish, like I literally grabbed it like this and just manhandled it and held it enough just to get the freaking head of it in the picture. You can see my hand around its head. It's like crazy how big the thing is. And like it's just like when I caught my bass, like you catch this huge fish you've never caught before in your life, and you kind of start to panic. You're like, oh, what do? I want to get a picture. I want to get a measurement. I want to do this. I want to save the fish, get it back in the water, and like you do everything but it seems like some of the stuff you want to do then. I got in here like 30 minutes. Yeah. You better wipe. Well, yeah, for bass, I'll lip bass. I don't care about bass unless it's like got a mouthful of trebles where it's going to be a little sketchy. Then I'll be a little bit more careful. Pike, especially when you get some of these big suckers. And so like when Chaos Goat catches his, he's got a net in the boat. When I caught my fish, I'm just walking in the water. It's just me and my fishing pole and the fish. So I didn't have a net with me. You can imagine trying to get a 38 inch fish in with no help, no net. It was something. There was a guy that came by in a kayak and he was like, hey, you need a net? And I was like, yeah, if you want to bring it over here. And then he just didn't come over. It was the weirdest interaction I had. Don't weigh the pike. Yeah, it's true. Like I'm not a big, to be honest, I don't really like weighing fish in general just because, like you said, it's an extra step. The bass that I caught though, like my friend brought me the scale I had, so I was like, hey, why not? I'll just do it. I usually, to be honest, most of the time I forget I even have a scale with me, but I'm more excited during the catch. And I've always been someone more about just measuring it. Like, I feel like it's more, I don't know, that like it's easier to have PBs based on length than it is weight. Like, I don't know, like you could, because you could catch a, say you catch a 22-inch bass that weighs, say, 10 pounds. You could potentially catch a 20-pounder that weighs 10 pounds too. So which is your PB? Some people eat bass. It's kind of a delicate subject for some people. I don't really care if someone wants to eat bass, but that's their prerogative. But there's other better eating fish than bass out there for most people. Yeah, like fishing in the actual river, walking around it, it's a whole nother dilemma when you catch a big fish. Because then you're kind of more at the mercy of the fish than you are like in a setting like this, because you can bring it up to the shoreline and use the shoreline as leverage. It took me forever to bring that pike in. What was that? Because it was such a big fish, it had so much strength. Every time it got it close to me, it did a run over and over again. I think it was like 10 minutes before I was able to bring that thing in. It was the exact rod I was using too. Like, it's a nice rod, and I love this rod. It's just not, doesn't have the best backbone for like those massive fish, but it sure as hell makes the fight fun. What's up, caller? How you doing? I'm gonna read the comments. Hang on. Your brothers are fighting. Why don't you go handle business? Tell them to cut that stuff off. Yeah, I don't really care if people eat bass. What really bothered me is like when I would see people keeping bass that aren't even legal limit. They'd be like 3 or 4 inch bass. They'd just have a bucket full of them. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you actually getting out of that fish? You only have largemouth bass? Well, that's not a bad thing either to have. But yeah, up here, we have a good amount of smallmouths. And I definitely prefer catching smallies versus largies. That's just because of the fight. Smallmouth are just so aggressive. And that's why I love walking in the river using like the whopper plopper. It's just so much fun. It's like an acrobatic show when they just hit that surface, man. Yeah, it's like night and day difference when you catch a largemouth versus a smallmouth. Because like even though a smallmouth feels like a decent sized fish until you get it in, you're like, wait a minute, that was literally like a 13-inch fish, which fights usually as good as a 20-inch largemouth. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I I don't think, like, there's some people that don't like smallmouth. I don't know. I just don't know how you can not like Somalis. They love current too. So like you can catch them in almost every type of water. You don't have to like, oh, the current's too fast, I'll never catch a fish here. You can pretty much catch them anywhere. They love current. But like largemouth, they just like sitting like next to a log and just waiting for something to come by and destroy it. They don't like sitting in currents too much. Rainbow runners? Are you talking about like rainbow trout? It's so nice out here. Like even though it's freezing, it's like 43 degrees. It's actually not too bad in general though. The wind kind of chilled out a little bit. What's the weather up there in Minnesota, Goat? Like way up where you are. You might still have ice up there for all I know. It's a sea fish? Yeah, I don't even know what that is, like what kind of fish it is. I've never heard of it before. That's right where I caught the big one yesterday, right where I casted that. Nice. Yeah, we've been ice free for a while, but we haven't really warmed up yet. We've had a couple stretches where we had like maybe 60s for like 3 or 4 days in a row, and then like the fishing would start to like heat up, and you're like, oh yeah, here we go, and then all of a sudden the next day 30. You're like, oh come on. But that's what you get with living in this territory, you know. It's like good old Midwest. You can be 90 one day and I guess that's why we love it. Yeah, definitely. Look forward to watching some of your streams again. Anytime I'm not either working or fishing, I usually try to check out some streams. I think you're one of the only like actual live fishermen I watch. I watch a lot of, well not a lot, but like probably like 3 to 4 fishing channels, like actual videos, but not many live fishermen because like I said, like so many people just use the the live fishing like a chat room, which it is, but like it seems like fishing is always secondary, which I don't understand because like it's so easy to do both at the same time. Josh, no, not today. It feels weird that there's still ice by you, but like you must be like real north because there's probably ice in Wisconsin real north too. Yeah, we haven't caught a fish today, but we did have one real nice, I guess you can call it an attempt at my MEPS when I was casting on the other side. But since I caught that fish the other day, we had, I think, 2 massive thunderstorms and the temperature dropped by 30 degrees. So like that's pretty crazy for these fish to deal with and just be like, you know what? Let's just keep eating stuff. Let's just act like nothing's different. That's just way too much of a switch. Man, that's crazy. But that's why you got all that good fishing because you're so far north. You're basically Canada. Uh-oh. It said reconnecting for some reason. I don't know what that was about. Dude, I'm telling you, this Samsung S26 battery is legit. It's got the smallest battery I've ever used in the phone recently. And I've been streaming for 2 hours and 9 minutes, and it's still got 55% battery life. That's crazy. And it's only got a 4,300 milliamp battery in it. That's weird. It said like I reconnected, so who knows? I usually don't use the YouTube app. This is my first time using the actual YouTube app. I usually use other things because my phone that I had would always have issues. doing a live stream on the YouTube app, it would get so pixelated and bad. At first, I thought it was my internet connection, which it might have been part of it. So then I upgraded that, and I know for sure it wasn't then, and I was still doing it. So I just ended up using Prism Live all last year, which is fine. It works perfectly fine, but you can't see some of the stuff that you want to see on it. It's already getting to be like 9. Jesus. Kind of reminds me of like, it was like a couple weeks ago. Like, we were having like this like cold like spurt, and like Arizona was having like a heat wave. It was like 105, 110 degrees there. It was like nuts. And like we're freezing our ass off over here. But those days are coming here also eventually. The cicadas will start coming out. And you know, the dog days of summer. But I'll be walking through the river, sweating my ass off. Those are my favorite days though, because then you can be in the river up to your like waist fishing, and like it regulates your body temperature. I'm gonna put something else on. I'm not feeling this. I'm still not sold on chatterbaits. I mean, maybe it's just not my type of lure, but I don't know. I just haven't had any luck with chatterbaits for my lifetime. But then I've heard other people say the same thing about whopper poppers, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You catch fish nonstop on whopper poppers, and then people are like, I've never caught a fish on them. We got a few stretches where we get some pretty nasty weather down here. We're a little bit, you know, southern. I'm right above Milwaukee, so we get some scorchers once in a while. Sometimes over 100, but very seldomly over 100. But definitely in the 90s. Let's see. What should I put on? What should I put on? I don't like any of those. All these baits, I don't like any of them. That means I have to go buy more. That's the correct way to think about it, right? Let's try that. Get off of there. I'll just throw on the spinnerbait. I don't think I have a trailer for it, but I don't think it's going to matter. They'll either like it or they won't like it. But right now, they don't seem to like anything. I think they're just cold. Yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna say so. I used it last year. I mean, I'm gonna try it more this year when the fishing gets a little bit better. I used it last year, and this is funny because my very first cast with it, it literally hit the water, and a pike hit it. So like, there's no I'm not gonna say, oh wow, the chatterbait, it caught me a pike on the first cast. No, because it didn't even do anything. It just hit the water. So I can't. That's the only fish I ever caught on it. I mean, I last year I didn't, when I caught those pike on the spinnerbaits. I didn't use any trailers last year, and I still catch fish. I mean, I don't know. I watch too much YouTube stuff sometimes, where like you go down like a rabbit hole and you start thinking like, oh wow, I got to do this, I got to try this, I got to put this in, I got to do that, and like then you think about it, you're like, why? I've never done that ever. And I've still caught fish, so why am I going to have to throw it on there? Maybe it helps, I don't know. There's no real like scientific way to know though. You can't say, okay, I'm going to cast for an hour straight, and if I catch fish, we'll see which one catches the most, because there's too many dynamics involved. But like trailers were never a thing, like for a long time. No one ever like was like, hey, I better put a trailer on this. They would just fish whatever lure they went and bought from the store. My friend though, he was using a jig with a trailer on it. It was my jig, of course, but he caught a 17-inch bass with my jig with I think it was like a Rage Craw trailer on it. Who knows? Probably still would have bit it though, even without it. Yeah, like I really don't think you have to do anything really. you you just do what you know and what works. But yeah, when you the thing is though, like if you turn on, like I said, you turn on YouTube, you start watching people fish, and they're just destroying fish, and you're like, oh, well, I'm using this, and I always make sure I put on this trailer and this, that, and the other thing. Like you start thinking, like, well, maybe if I do that, I'll start catching fish like this guy. But not realizing that guy, whoever you're watching, probably took like a week to make the video. Like I would love to see like this behind the scenes of someone making like an actual video. It probably takes them a full week, and they're just like, oh man, let's go back out again today and see if we can catch a fish. Texas weather kind of sucked, or kind of good, but sucks at the same time. I guess it could, yeah. Probably too freaking hot sometimes. Well, see, I got a whole bunch of trailers and plastics, not because I went out and bought them, but I got like three of those. Was it the 12 days of fish miss last year on clearance, and they were just loaded with a bunch of Strike King plastics and stuff in them. And then I went to Walmart one night, and they had like the entire section of Yum plastics on clearance for 25 cents each. So I just bought them all. But like, I'm not really a plastics type of guy. But every time I go fishing, everyone in the chat's always screaming at me to put on a wacky worm or a Senko, and I'm like, God, it's just like a lot of effort, Like when you're doing a live stream, you gotta sit there and twitch it and do all kinds of crap. I just like on live streams, especially, just casting and retrieving, just easier to worry about. I'm definitely gonna use them, but like, I mean, I couldn't pass up a price like that, man. 25 cents each. I felt like I was robbing Walmart. Same with those 12 days of Fishman's things. Like for a normal price, it was like not a deal, but for the actual price when you got them on clearance for like $5, I mean, it came with a square bill, a bunch of plastics, I think a mini spinner bait. So it was worth it for $5, definitely. Yeah, I always say like I don't like babysitting a lure. Like I don't want to sit here on a live stream and be like, just slowly just twitching it and slowly bringing it back. Like, I don't know, it's just not me. I'm a very impatient person, which is probably not a good thing to have fishing. Like I have fishing patience, but I don't have lure patience. Those are two different things. And normally I'm also someone too, if I cast a lure for 10 minutes, I don't get a bite, I start thinking, oh, okay, this thing sucks. And it's not until I actually get a bite or catch a fish where I'm like, huh, this might actually be a good lure. And then I'll start using it all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, it's catching fish left and right. But if I probably would just use the other bait longer, I'd probably do the same thing with it. But if I don't have confidence in the lure, it's just hard for me to just keep on casting it. No, but you did live streams. You probably realize like, and have been around the live stream community, and you'll have people come in and like, it's so annoying. They'll be like, change your bait. Don't do that. You're reeling too fast. Slow down. Cast over there. You're not going to catch anything where you're casting right there. Like, it's amazing that people think they can like fish through a TV screen or a phone screen. It's crazy. So many people would come in and like just like demand. They didn't even say hi. They just come in and say, change your lure. I'm like, what? Well, so like I like last year threw a whopper plopper almost exclusively, but then I ran into this problem. So I started throwing it on the live streams after I had already caught just endless amounts of fish on it. And every time I'd cast it, everyone would be like, slow it down. You're reeling it in too fast. Okay, now you need to speed it up and then stop. Speed it up, slow it down. Like all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, you can catch them at any speed on a whopper plopper. You don't have to babysit. You could scream it across the surface and they're still going to attack it. You could go as slow as you want, they'll probably still bite it. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how, like so many times people will see me reeling like this fast and be like, oh, you'll never catch anything. You better slow that down. And then like literally it's someone else, I'll be like, okay, I'll slow it down. And then someone else will be like, you need to speed up. It's like the backseat fisherman. Like that's why I never understood like if I go into a fishing stream, I go in to watch the person fish. Like I'm not gonna go into like your stream and be like, bro, you suck. Put a different lure on or you never catch a fish. Just what's the point of that? You get random people too that come in and will just say that, dude, you suck at fishing. You're like, okay, bro. It's like you coming into a live stream to tell someone they suck at fishing. Like, oh, what kind of purpose do you have in life? Hey, what's up, Cheryl? That's a nice size BB. Well, yeah, that's the other thing too. Is you'll get people that fish in those areas that have endless amounts of fish. Like, maybe they have great fishing all year long too. They're used to fishing where like every cast they catch a fish. So I guess it's easy to be a backseat fisherman when like, you're used to like Florida or something or Texas. And things that work down there aren't going to work here, especially when the weather is like in the 30s and 40s. What? Texas gave you an apology? Oh, I don't know if I saw that. It happens so much. I mean, like just today, like I don't know, he might still be watching. I don't know. This guy came in. He said, I'm a retired professional fisherman." Okay, I said that's cool. The next thing out of his mouth is like, "Now change your lure." Like what? Like I'm a ex-professional fisherman. Now change your lure. Interesting. No, not you, Texas. I didn't. I'm not even. I'm not even worried about you. But like, there's people that are like, they're rude about it. They're not. They don't ask like, hey, can you try this lure? Or you should try this lure. Like, I'm talking about the people that like literally demand you change your lure or you change how you fish. It's different between asking and demanding. I'm not roasting you, Texas. Trust me. You're not even on my list as far as any of that. Like you talk, you add to the conversation, you do other stuff. I'm talking about the people that come in, and that's all they care about is telling you how you're supposed to fish and why you suck at fishing or something like that. All right, I'm switching this too. I don't like this spinner bait. It's not my favorite, that's for sure. Something about it. I think it's a small little spinner on it. I like bigger spinners. Yeah, I know that. I know that wasn't you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you weren't even on my radar when I was talking about people doing that stuff. So don't feel like you have to apologize for anything. Trust me, you would know if you were one of those people. I wouldn't interact with you pretty much, and if I did interact with you, it would be very sarcastic. And usually the chat will start going against you for doing stuff like that. All right, we're going to try this little storm lure here. See if we have any luck on that. I was just talking in general. I've had a lot of weird random experience on here since doing live streams with all types of people. Like last year, I had someone tell me that I suck at fishing because I fish so much. Again, what does that even mean? You fish so much that you suck at fishing. I had a guy here when I was at the creek last year. He said, change the lure, pro. And it became like a big meme. Anytime like people would come in and say something, and then like all the other people that were in the chat, and they'd be like, change your lure, pro. Come on, pro. It was so stupid. I don't mind changing lures. I like listening and like giving like viewers like an opportunity like to recommend something, and then I like trying it for them, especially if I'm not catching anything. It makes it more fun and interactive. But like I'll like for instance, like I just changed this lure on. I'll have people say change the lure, and I'll change it, and then like after one cast they're like change it to something else that's not going to work. I'm like, okay, I'm done. No, you're cool, man. Sorry if I made you feel like I was like going in on you or something. I'm talking about the other guy. There was one dude that came in. I forgot what his name was. It wasn't you though. It is interesting though, the amount of different people you see on live streams. Most people are cool, but you get all kinds of people on a vertical live stream though. That's why you get the most eyes on your stream, and that's why you do it. But you also get a lot of different people. Some people, they don't even fish. Oh, you weren't here earlier. We had like I don't know if they were part of it or they were just supporting it, but PETA. They were telling me that I was unethical for fishing and killing fish for no purpose. Fishing was unethical. Yeah, it would. You think the more fishing you do would make you better at fishing, but according to that person, it makes you suck more. I guess they just go out once a year, catch all their fish, and they're like, see, this is how a pro does it. I go out once a year, I catch all my fish, and I'm done. Yeah, I was like, there's a lot more unethical things in the world going on than me fishing. I was like, go look on some of the live streams right now. You're gonna see a lot of people doing unethical things. Me following the rules of fishing and being like careful with the fish and respecting wildlife. How is that unethical? I was like, why don't you go find someone that's doing a live stream, breaking all the rules and throwing cast nets in and keeping every fish that they catch out of it. And then I was like, well, so me catching a fish, I was like, no one bats an eye when a giant musky comes by and destroys a bass, cuts it in half with his giant mouth or anything. But you catch a fish and you lip it, you know, you catch a hook in its lip and they're like, oh, does that hurt the fish? Once a year makes you a poser. Yeah, you got to go out, take all your pictures, and then you can post them periodically. Like, look what I caught today. Imagine fishing like that. You just go out once a year. Like, oh, I'm done. I caught a few fish. I'm good. That'd be horrible. Well, that's what I tried to tell him too. I was like, could you imagine how horrible everything would be if you just let deer, you know, all kinds of wildlife, fish just mass produce endlessly without any kind of like control? Like everyone's car would be destroyed right now. We'd hit a deer every time we left our house probably. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell him. Is like, you know, fish, people. That's, you know, it's also a problem with fishermen when they try to pick out a bait. But when they go fishing, they look at it through the lens of a human. They're like, if I was a fish, that would hurt me if I got lipped with a hook. Or if I was a fish, I would eat this. But yeah, they don't have the same type of pain receptors like humans do. And they're not sitting there with the same emotions either, crying like a little baby if they got a boo-boo. I remember one time I got called a worm killer. They're like, you're a worm killer, because I was hooking a worm on to go fishing with. Like, Jesus Christ. Do you know how many worms get killed just from rainstorms? And they come up to the surface and die in the concrete? To be anything, I gave them an extra shot at life by buying them out of the Walmart refrigerator. They had a chance to escape potentially. If I was a fish, I'd eat this. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny because, like, yeah, you'll go to the store and they could have, like, say this bait that's going to be in like 10 different colors, and you don't go, oh, that would be good for this condition. Almost every fisherman goes, oh wow, that looks cool. That looks cool. If I was a fish and I saw that come by, I would definitely strike that. It's I use the analogy of, it's like, you know, cat ladies or cat dads or whatever, fish, or, you know, going out and buying cat toys or dog toys or whatever. You know, your pet doesn't go, man, I really hope that they come home with that squeaky bone today, because last time they got me the squeaky champagne glass and I just really didn't like that one. No, the owner looks at it and goes, oh, I like drinking champagne. That's cute. I'm going to buy it. My pet's going to think that's funny. And it's just a dead day. I think it's because of the weather. Just too much pressure changes, huge drops in temperature. It's just a really tough day to go fishing. On Sunday, it's supposed to be in the 70s, though. This is a second phone number I have on here, and it's just full of spam calls. I keep trying to block them, but, you know, spam is Jesus. What's up, Lucas? How you doing? Hey, man, girl. How was the dam? How was the dam? That look you did in that short was like, I was laughing how you like kind of like looked up and did like some like sort of happy roll of your eyes, like I'm by the dam. This would work in real cruel water. I don't think any of that stuff. I just go, this one looks cool, or I say, well, I need a white one, a black one, and maybe a chartreuse one. It was divine. What did you catch anything? Oh, nice. This place is a really nice place, but
What's up, face?
Hey, what's up? I'm on it live right now.
I know, that's why I swore.
Fuck face. Nothing
PG,
biting.
keep it PG.
Nothing's biting today. Nothing at all.
Something just saw the bubbles right there.
It's probably carp.
School of those catfish.
I haven't caught any of those catfish until then. One day, and then they were just gone. Yeah, I caught that bass right there, between the shore and that tree there.
Nice.
Oh man. 9 different species you caught? Sweet. Flathead. Yeah, I was hoping to get lucky here, but I think the drastic change in temperature has really fucked things up.
Yeah, that. Did you catch anything yesterday? I know Tuesdays we caught a big one.
I don't think I went yesterday, if I remember. I think I passed yesterday.
Yesterday probably would have been alright with the sun.
I went to the 60 dam below it and just checked it out, and I rolled up, and the guy had just cast his first cast, and he caught a smallie, but it was like a jig with a night crawler on it.
Nice.
Hang on. You gotta yell, come on, fish. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna work. Come on, fish! Here it goes. Come on! I mean, the last time I caught that fish, though, I was like, there's gotta be a fish there.
Well, it was actually pretty deep when we set up for tip-ups. It was like 4 feet deep right there, so it kind of got real deep in that little area.
I was just thinking, like, well, there's structure. That's the only, like, real structure. There had to have been, like, a fish, potentially.
What's that orange thing there? I don't think that was there this winter, was it?
I can't tell if it was a bob or a lure. It's been there for a couple days.
Bob or like a crayfish colored orange.
60% of the time it works every time. Yeah, just nothing biting. I've been here for like almost 2.5 hours, over 2.5 hours now.
Nothing upstream?
I've just been here all the way around and then back again. Just nothing. It's cold though. Like Sunday's supposed to be 70 though.
Is it? When I looked this morning, it wasn't.
And that's the first day I think you can actually fish for pike. I think it's the third.
I think it's Saturday.
Is it Saturday? Oh, it might be Saturday. But that'd be fun. I just wish we could get minnows over here.
Yeah, it sucks that I thought there was a bait shop in Port. But it's
I have to check it out. I don't know. I did like the Google search. I couldn't find anything.
otherwise the gas station is right up Highway 60 in Jackson.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh, what did you do? Big knot?
No, not a big one, just enough to I didn't even notice it. Hang on. I gotta go walk. I got a knot, guys. There we go. I got it out. Yeah, it is freezing. You're in Kentucky right now, right? It's probably just as cold as it is right here. All right. I saw a fish right there. There's so many fish in here, you think eventually one fish would swim by and be like, you know what, I'm kind of hungry right now. Would you eat that if you were a fish?
Yeah, I wouldn't last long.
You wouldn't last long. It'd be over already.
First Saturday in May, so.
So yeah, this weekend. That'd be cool. Then
Opening day, May 2nd.
hell yeah. Yeah, I want to find a close spot like you can maybe get some minnows. Because like when I had searched for it, it said the closest one was Cabela's, and I was like, I don't want to drive all the way out to Cabela's, man.
Highway 60 is not that bad. Just straight up Highway 60. You know what I'm talking about? That gas station. It's got the Cousins, kitty corner to the Walgreens. They usually have some small shiners and then like crappie minnows.
Not sure. You have to send it to me. I'm not quite sure which one.
So if you go to Cousins in Jackson, it'll be right there.
I no idea. I didn't even know they had a Cousins in Jackson.
Attached to the gas station, it's got the minnows.
Yeah, I guess Jackson's not too bad. It's like a straight shot.
Yeah. It's only like 8 miles. So. But it sucked. It was convenient when Farm and Fleet had them.
Yeah, you could just go right there.
That's like assholes in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, for these baseball games, they park wherever they want to.
Well, I actually found a spot. I squeezed in, but I'm like this far away from both cars because there must be like some old people that are watching the game because they got this huge like boat of a car over the yellow line in the parking spots.
Let's head down here. I'm gonna call it quits here soon, guys.
Got my boat motor back. I'll have to get you out in the boat and fishing tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm freezing, man. I've been out here for almost 3 hours. I have my heated jacket on, thankfully, but it doesn't keep other things warm. You're texting your crush what you say? I don't know. Take her on a fishing date. Just say, hey, baby. Hey, baby.
How old is this person?
I don't know. You said, show me your wiener.
That's why I said how old is it? I hopefully didn't say it loud for you.
Hey, my stream says not for children. And if they don't know what a wiener is, then they shouldn't be watching.
For some reason I thought you had yours like a PG setting.
No. Hey, what's up, Morgan? Trust me, like all ages come in, even though it says that, because they don't really like. I don't think there's really a good way for anything to like keep kids out or whatever, even if you wanted them to keep out. I don't care who comes in as long as someone's respectful or something. I had someone pro PETA come into my stream today and tell me I was unethical for fishing. I was like, what?
They voted for Bernie too back in the day.
Wait, you're gonna show them your butt, or are you saying butt? I don't know if girls like seeing pictures of butts.
You see this lure that's up here?
That's mine.
That's yours. How'd you get hooked up in the tree?
Tried to get creative and cast underneath the tree. I need to get it back one of these days. They don't make that lure anymore. Are you literally climbing out on the tree? I was waiting for it to get a little bit nicer weather out and like warm up the water a little bit, or get like a magnet fishing or some sort of rope, throw it over the top of it and pull it in. Yeah, I don't know, but like I want it back. They don't sell them anymore, and it's a hard plastic swim bait, and it was like doing amazing. And then it was like.
Did a bad cast ruined it, huh?
Actually, 2 bad casts. I did it once, I got it off, and I was like, I'm gonna try it again, and it went right back into the tree. And after I got it out the first time, it was like the most perfect thing. I like got it like swinging like this, and I got it to go like flip over. I'm like, yeah, like a pro, and I went right back to it.
There's like a little lure next to it too. Is that you too?
What's up, Flava Dave? No, the one next to it's not. It wasn't there when I got mine stuck, so maybe someone was like, I'm gonna pull the branch in and I'll catch it.
You gonna go to the high school reunion?
I don't know, man.
It might be fun to just go.
Maybe.
I'm gonna get Joy to go with me.
Possibly. I mean, there's nothing that's like screaming, hey, that would be a best thing ever, but
Well, it's at Fox Town or something. It's that actual restaurant. We can just beers at the bar or something,
yeah, you know, I'll need a few beers to be around probably some of those people.
Yeah, I want to go. 30 years. I'm curious. Last time I went, like none of you guys were there.
Dude, I didn't even know they were doing reunions. The last time I heard they were doing a reunion was probably like a 5-year reunion or something. That was ages ago.
Yeah, I think on Facebook I saw the 20-year, and then it was supposed to be at. Man, where was it going to be? It was supposed to be like at a bar, I thought, and then it got switched to the Cedarburg Cultural Center. And then like the Hazes, I think, were involved. I think one of the Hazes, I think Drews. I can't remember if it's Drews or I think Drews was. I think she was running it at the time. And so she had the party there, and then they had like a little window like with like you can buy cans of beer and stuff, and then they had like a food truck out front.
Nice. Sounds kind of lame though.
Yeah, I went there, pounded like 6 tall ones, and then back after like a half an hour, 45 minutes. It was everybody hung out in the same cliques, you know, like.
Yeah. Here, hang on once. Hey, Goat. Yeah, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll check you on when you start going live too. Thanks for stopping in. All right, guys, I'm going to be ending it here. So thanks for stopping in. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out the next live. I appreciate you guys. Have a good evening, everyone. Peace.